The Office is a beloved American sitcom that aired from 2005 to 2013, bringing joy and laughter to audiences worldwide. However, behind the scenes, the lives of the cast members were marked by heartbreaking tragedies. Tragically, 19 actors from the show have passed away, with some experiencing particularly poignant circumstances. From prolonged battles with illness to sudden, unexpected accidents, these losses have left audiences shocked and grieving. In this video, we delve into the untold stories of these actors' lives and the circumstances surrounding their untimely deaths. Their experiences serve as a reminder that life can take unpredictable and often tragic turns, even within the vibrant world of Hollywood. Ken Howard as Ed Truck. Ken Howard made a memorable appearance in The Office, portraying Ed Truck in the Season 2 episode titled The Carpet. In this episode, Ed, Michael's former boss, is lured back to the office by Michael's fabricated story about a retirement issue. Michael mistakenly believes he has been pranked by a disgruntled employee and seeks Ed's advice on the matter. Although Howard's character does not return in subsequent episodes, apart from a photo featuring a long-haired Michael, Ed Truck's impact is felt more profoundly later on. In Season 3's Grief Counseling, Michael learns of Ed's death, prompting him to confront his own mortality. This revelation leads to a humorous yet poignant funeral in the parking lot for a deceased bird, highlighting the show's unique blend of comedy and introspection. Sadly, Ken Howard passed away in March 2016 at the age of 71 due to pneumonia, complicated by shingles and prostate cancer. His legacy as a talented actor continues to resonate with audiences.
Patricia O'Neill as worker Lonnie Collins.
In The Office, O'Neill portrayed Lonnie Collins, a warehouse worker also known as Sea Monster. His character appeared throughout the first 3 seasons of the series, providing a comedic foil to Craig Robinson's character, Daryl. While Daryl often took a more diplomatic approach, Lonnie expressed his frustrations more candidly. In Season 2's Boys and Girls, Lonnie's visible irritation is evident when Michael brings the male office workers into the warehouse, causing chaos. In the subsequent season's Safety Training, O'Neill's character further showcases his boldness by mocking Michael during a training session aimed at addressing workplace depression, referring to it as fat but disease. The comedy world suffered a significant loss with the passing of Patrice O'Neill in November 2011 due to complications from a stroke. Renowned for his sharp wit and captivating stand-up performances, O'Neill left an indelible mark on television, film, and even video games. His untimely death at the age of 41 was met with an outpouring of tributes from actors and fellow comedians alike. Patrice O'Neill's contributions to The Office highlighted his unique comedic style and underscored the show's ability to blend humor with poignant moments. His legacy continues to resonate with fans and colleagues, reminding us of the impact he made in the entertainment industry. Ranjit Chowdhury as Vikram. While the name Ranjit Chowdhury may not be widely recognized, fans of The Office certainly remember his character, Vikram. Michael Scott encounters Vikram in Season 4's episode, Money, when financial difficulties lead him to take a temporary job as a telemarketer. Unlike Michael, who struggles with telemarketing, Vikram, a former surgeon, excels in sales, consistently earning top honors at the Lipofedrin Diet Pill Company. In the following season, Vikram makes a brief appearance when Michael recruits him for the Michael Scott Paper Company in the episode, Dream Team. However, Vikram quickly realizes that Michael's unpreparedness is a liability, particularly highlighted during an investors meeting that consists solely of Michael's grandmother and her friends. Tragically, Ranjit Chowdhury passed away in April 2020 at the age of 65 following emergency surgery to address a ruptured ulcer. His legacy as a talented character actor continues to resonate with audiences and colleagues alike. John Ingle as Robert Dunder. John Ingle made a notable contribution to The Office with his singular appearance as Robert Dunder, one of the company's founders. In Season 4's episode, Dunder Mifflin Infinity, Michael Scott, feeling threatened by Creed's warnings about Ryan's promotion, decides to address the situation through one of his typical, convoluted conference room meetings. To publicly shame Ryan, Michael invites the elderly Robert Dunder, portrayed by Ingle, to join the discussion. While Ingle's role in The Office may have been brief, he is perhaps best known for portraying a much more ruthless character, Edward Quartermain on the long-running soap opera General Hospital. Ingle took over this role in 1993, continuing until 2012, aside from a hiatus between 2004 and 2006. Additionally, he lent his voice to Mr. Three Horn, the father of Sarah, in the Land Before Time film series. Tragically, John Ingle passed away in September 2012 at the age of 84 due to cancer-related complications. His diverse body of work and memorable performances leave a lasting legacy in the entertainment industry. Hugh Dane as Hank Tate. Hugh Dane left a lasting impression on The Office as Hank Tate, the security guard for Dunder Mifflin's Scranton branch. Although his lines were often minimal, his presence was memorable. In Season 2's Drug Testing, it is Hank who swears Dwight into his fictitious role on the security team. He also appears in Season 4's Night Out, where his name escapes the memory of the staff as they struggle to exit the parking lot. Additionally, in Season 5's Crime Aid, Hank sells his Unremarkable Blues CD to support Michael's benefit show. Dane was a respected character actor with a career spanning several decades, beginning in the early 1990s. Outside of The Office, he had notable roles in the comedy film Bridesmaids and the horror movie Joy Ride. Tragically, Hugh Dane passed away from pancreatic cancer in May 2018 at the age of 75. His death prompted an outpouring of tributes from his The Office colleagues. Steve Carell referred to him as a terrific guy, while Mindy Kaling praised him as one of the funniest actors ever. Rainn Wilson described him as one of the greats, underscoring the impact he had on those who worked with him. Mark York as William Billy. In The Office, Mark York portrayed William Billy Merchant, who first appears in Season 2 as the owner and property manager of Scranton Business Park, the location of the Dunder Mifflin Scranton branch. The complex is also home to several other businesses, including Vance Refrigeration, W.B. Jones Heating and Air, Crest Tool and Die, Cavala Data Filters, Disaster Kits Limited, and Rubens Elec, Kant. York's character makes several memorable appearances throughout the series, particularly in an episode set at Chili's. In this scene, Michael Scott mistakenly assumes that Billy, who uses a wheelchair, has brought his nurse to dinner rather than his girlfriend. In Season 6, Dwight Schrute acquires Scranton Business Park from Billy, further integrating the character into the show's narrative. Sadly, Mark York passed away on May 24, 2021, at the age of 55. Cause of death was a brief and unexpected illness. He had used a wheelchair in real life following a car accident in 1988. Dan Cole as Dan Gore. In The Office, Dan Cole portrayed Dan Gore, Michael Scott's counterpart at the Dunder Mifflin branch in Buffalo, New York. Gore first appears in the Season 2 episode Valentine's Day, and returns in Season 3's Cocktails, where Dwight mockingly critiques him for never having seen Battlestar Galactica. He makes a third appearance in Season 4 during the Launch Party episode. Cole's career began in the 1990s, and while he had limited screen time, his role as Dan Gore marked the only character he played multiple times. His appearances spanned several well-known television series, including Arrested Development, 2.5 Men, and Monk in the 2000s, as well as guest spots in Parks and Recreation, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and NCIS, Los Angeles in the subsequent decade. In addition to his television work, Cole made an uncredited appearance as Officer Tim in the 2020 film Birds of Prey. He also had a passion for theater, with one of his favorite roles being Ebenezer Scrooge in A Christmas Carol. Tragically, Dan Cole passed away in 2024 at the age of 60 after a prolonged illness. His contributions to both television and theater will be remembered by fans and colleagues alike. Ed Lauter as Sam Stone Sr. In The Office episode, Suit Warehouse, Dwight Schrute, Rainn Wilson, and Clark Duke, pose as a father-son duo to win over potential clients, Sam Stone Sr. and his son. Veteran character actor Ed Lauter portrayed Sam Stone Sr., a role that revealed he might not be as involved in the business as Dwight initially believed. This performance was one of Lauter's final roles, shortly followed by a 4-episode arc on Shameless as Dick Healy. In film, he is perhaps best remembered for his role as Joe Camber in Cujo, but his extensive filmography includes notable titles such as The Longest Yard and Seabiscuit. Ed Lauter passed away in 2013 at the age of 74, leaving behind a legacy of memorable performances, including 4 posthumous credits in film. His contributions to both television and cinema will be fondly remembered by audiences and peers alike. Alan Fudge as CEO Alan Brand. In The Office, the role of CEO Alan Brand is portrayed by actor Alan Fudge. Although Brand is mentioned throughout the series, he makes a notable appearance in Season 6's shareholder meeting. In this episode, the situation at Dunder Mifflin deteriorates significantly, and it is revealed that Brand, who claims to have a plan to salvage the company, is actually unprepared for the challenges ahead. Later, in the episode Secret Santa, It is disclosed that Brand was fired along with several other senior executives. Alan Fudge's portrayal of Brand marked the final on-screen role of his career. Throughout his extensive career, he often played guest or recurring characters, with notable appearances in series such as L.A. Law during the 1980s and 1990s and How I Met Your Mother in 2008. Fudge was part of a main cast only once, in the short-lived 1977 series The Man from Atlantis, which remains one of the more unusual superhero shows in television history. He also appeared in Wonder Woman, further establishing his connection to comic book adaptations. Fudge's acting career began in 1972 with a role in the iconic series Gunsmoke, and he concluded his career with voice work in the 2011 video game Star Wars: The Old Republic. Tragically, he passed away from lung and liver cancer later that same year, at the age of 67. Alan Fudge's contributions to television left a lasting impact, and he is remembered for his diverse roles across various genres. Brad William Hankey as Frank. In the Season 9 episode, Vandalism, of The Office, Brad William Hankey portrays Frank, a Dunder Mifflin warehouse employee who inadvertently damages Pam's mural. Hankey, a versatile actor, transitioned to acting after a successful career as a professional athlete, having played in Super Bowl 24 for the Denver Broncos. Unfortunately, injuries in the mid-1990s curtailed his football career. Hankey's contributions extended beyond television. He made significant impacts in film as well, with notable performances in the Netflix original Bright, the World War II thriller Fury directed by David Ayer, and as Grizzly Bear Daniels in Pee-wee's Big Holiday. Tragically, Hankey passed away in his sleep at the age of 56 in November 2022. His final role was an uncredited appearance in an episode of Big Sky. Hankey is remembered for his diverse contributions to both film and television, leaving a lasting legacy in the entertainment industry. Nick Lashaway as an overlooked bit player. Nick Lashaway's role in The Office highlights the often overlooked bit players who enrich the show's narrative. In the Season 4 episode, Money, Lashaway appears as a telemarketer, forming an unexpected friendship with Michael Scott as he navigates his second job. Although credited simply as telemarketer, Lashaway's performance contributes significantly to the episode's comedic dynamics. Tragically, Lashaway's passing is notable not just for his role in The Office, but also for the circumstances surrounding his death. In 2016, just 5 years after his appearance in Money, he lost his life in a car accident in Framingham, Massachusetts, at the young age of 28. Despite his brief career, Lashaway had established a promising trajectory as a bit player, appearing in episodes of Girls, 8 Simple Rules, and even The X-Files, where he portrayed a young Fox Mulder at just 10 years old. His film credits included the sci-fi thriller In Time and Ghost of New Orleans, paving the way for his starring role in the 2016 indie drama Prayer Never Fails, directed by Wes Miller. George Ives as Al. George Ives, an accomplished actor whose career began in 1950, made a memorable appearance in The Office during the episode Phyllis's Wedding. In this episode, he portrayed Al, Phyllis's uncle, who suffers from dementia. His character, unable to respond to Michael Scott's questions, is mistakenly ejected from the wedding as a suspected party crasher. This role marked Ives' final on-screen appearance, as he passed away 2 years later, concluding a remarkable career that spanned over 6 decades. While Ives enjoyed a prolific television career during the 1970s, he largely stepped away from acting in the 1980s and 1990s, making a notable return in 2001 with The Man Who Wasn't There. Before his role in The Office, he guest-starred in episodes of The King of Queens. George Ives passed away in 2013 at the age of 87, leaving behind a legacy of diverse performances in the entertainment industry. Georgia Engel as Irene. In Season 8 of The Office, Erin, played by Ellie Kemper, travels to Florida, where she takes a job as a live-in maid. Her boss, Irene, an elderly woman Erin meets during the launch of Saber's new retail store, is portrayed by the legendary Georgia Engel. Engel is best known to longtime television fans as Georgette Franklin Baxter on The Mary Tyler Moore Show. Viewers from the 1990s may remember her as Pat McDougal on Everybody Loves Raymond, while more recent audiences might recognize her as Mamie Sue on Hot in Cleveland. Beyond her work in film and television, Engel enjoyed a successful stage career, appearing in productions like Hello, Dolly, and The Drowsy Chaperone. She passed away in 2019 at the age of 70, leaving behind a rich legacy in the entertainment industry. Cloris Leachman as Marjorie. Cloris Leachman portrayed Marjorie, Dwight Schrute's grandmother, in The Office. She appears in the 2-part episode titled The Delivery, Season 6, Episodes 17 and 18, where her character adds both humor and depth to Dwight's backstory, showcasing the quirky dynamics of the Schrute family. Leachman passed away in 2021 at the age of 94, leaving behind a rich legacy in television and film. Swati and Avu Chokalingam as Kelly Kapoor's parents. In the Season 3 episode, Diwali, The Office introduced Kelly Kapoor's parents, played by Mindy Kaling's actual parents, Swati and Avu Chokalingam. Kaling, who co-wrote the episode, explained that casting her parents was not merely nepotism. Auditions for the roles had not yielded suitable professional actors. Kaling noted, "At least they bear some familial resemblance to you," as a reason for their casting. Tragically, Kaling's mother passed away from pancreatic cancer in January 2012, prompting Kaling to become an ambassador for the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network. Hansford Rowe as Elbert Lappin. Hansford Rowe played Phyllis's father, Elbert Lappin, in the episode Phyllis's Wedding. Rowe's character uses a wheelchair but miraculously walks his daughter down the aisle. He began his career in the mid-1960s, appearing in Dark Shadows and later in films such as 3 Days of the Condor and Gordon's War. Rowe was a familiar face on television, with roles in The Greatest American Hero, Remington Steele, and Newhart. He also lent his voice to the villain Thunderer in Spider-Man, the animated series. Renowned for his work in commercials, Rowe appeared in over 300 ad spots throughout his career. He passed away in a car accident in California in 2017 at the age of 93. Weston Nathanson as the Civil War archivist. In Season 8's Gettysburg, Weston Nathanson portrayed the Civil War archivist, helping the Dunder Mifflin team understand the historical significance of the battleground. His performance impressed co-star Mindy Kaling, who later cast him in her show, The Mindy Project. Nathanson's early television appearances included a 1999 episode of The Drew Carey Show, followed by roles in The District, The King of Queens, and Scrubs. He also appeared in Joss Whedon's Serenity and The Virgin of Juarez. Nathanson's final role was in the Al Pacino drama Hunters, and he passed away in 2023 at the age of 84. Peggy Stewart as Sylvia Beasley. Peggy Stewart appeared in 2 episodes of The Office, first in Season 6's Niagara, Part 1, as Sylvia Beasley, Pam's strict grandmother. Sylvia returns in the following season's Christening to babysit her great-granddaughter, Cece. Stewart's extensive career began in the 1930s, and she became known for playing grandmothers in various productions. Notable roles included appearances in That's My Boy, The Runaways, and Community, alongside numerous westerns in the 50s and 60s. Stewart passed away in 2019, just days shy of her 96th birthday. Connie Sawyer as Nana Scott. Connie Sawyer played Nana Scott, Michael Scott's grandmother, in Season 5's Dream Team. A veteran of comedy, Sawyer, known as the Clown Princess of Comedy, began her career performing in New York nightclubs. She appeared in Frank Sinatra's film A Hole in the Head, which marked a turning point in her career. Sawyer's film credits include True Grit, When Harry Met Sally, and Dumb and Dumber. By the time of her passing in 2019 at the age of 105, she was among the oldest living members of the Screen Actors Guild and had recently made her final on-screen appearance.